Welcome to another CTV Sports presentation. CTV Sports is brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick, GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn, Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By North Star Bank, North Star guiding the way. By St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, We Care. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Ace Hardware. And by CTV, Community TV in Marine City and St. Clair.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to St. Clair Football. This is John Carter along with Coach Denny White. And, Coach, big game here for the Saints. They're starting the season 0-2 and know we want to get on a winning track here against a tough team from Clintondale.
Absolutely. This year's team sports 22 seniors, and we're looking forward to it being a really strong year, but we have to get off the schneid on this one tonight.
All right, before the opening kickoff here, let's turn it over for a quick commercial break and then bring you back to the action.
You're not just buying a car, you're part of the ever-growing family at St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Make the 15-minute drive from Port Huron and lease the Silverado or Sierra for just $149 a month.
Mount Clemens, you're only 18 minutes away from a great deal on a Terrain or an Equinox for $139 a month.
Drive 15 minutes from Richmond and lease a Buick Encore starting at $98 a month.
Always get top dollar for your trade.
Come join our family because we care in St. Clair.
Well, you're coming back to the action. The Saints executed a terrific play on the kickoff. Ian Jansen going down the left sideline all the way to about the 10-yard line. And, Coach, a little razzle-dazzle.
That was really well done. The kickoff went to Ethan Mon, who handed it off to Ian Jansen going the other way. That is one long kick return. What a great start.
All right, Saints on the 15-yard line, and can't ask for much better field position than that. All right, so Saints will start. Count Augusta will be quarterback, and Ethan Mon, Ian Jansen,
Austin
Schweiger, Dean Turner will be in the backfield. Saints bring out their football, and it'll be first and 10 on the 14 of the Dragons, or for the Dragons of Clintondale. Number 7 at Schweiger there on the left. Jansen split right. Mon deep set. Augusta to Mon, cuts, back.
There you go.
And into the end zone. Ethan Mon. Well, that's about a perfect start.
One play from scrimmage, that'll work.
14-yard touchdown run from Mon, and the Saints lead 6-0 with all of 15 seconds taken up.
A good deal. That's how you draw it up.
All right, Saints will look for the extra point. Number 8, Ian Jansen, with Augusta holding. And I think they need one more player on the line. Number 78, Lance Schweihofer comes in, fills in on defensive or left end. Augusta waits for the snap, puts it down. Jansen a little bit short and right, and it's no good. And after 15 seconds, Saints lead 6-0.
A great start. Let's see if we can capitalize on it. We can hold them right here and just maintain the momentum.
All right, great kickoff for St. Clair, and I'm sure Clintondale had heard about Ethan Mon, was keen on him. He had a great return against Croslex earlier this year, and that time basically using that misdirection, and Jansen had a lot of room on the left side.
Well, and I think the varsity has consistently returned the ball to the right. So the handoff to Ethan coming to the left would have been a surprise for Clintondale. That's not something I believe they would have seen.
All right. Again, Ian Jansen will kick off for St. Clair. Deep for the Dragons, we see number 1. That's Deontay Higgins, and number 21 is Carday Johnson. Mentioned before, the Dragons are undefeated this year. They've already beaten Centerline and Dearborn Heights Crestwood. So they come in with some expectations as well. Jansen, and the ball fell off the tee. A little anticlimactic. Ian will go back, reset it. Everybody has to get excited all over again. All right, Jansen now gets back. Saints really want to do a good job covering the kickoff and take the momentum. Jansen, nice kick, deep to the left, and it's going to go out of bounds, and that's a penalty. And the Dragons will come up with pretty good field position up at their 35. No, we're going to re-kick. I think they have the option of doing that.
That's one of the options. Yep, that's true.
So 5 yards back, 5-yard penalty on the kickoff going out of bounds. And Jansen will kick off again from the Saints 35 this time. And you know, Clintondale is looking for a long return here if they gave up a chance to get the ball in their own 35.
Absolutely right. They have other plans. Well, you figure if it went out of bounds on about the 30 and they think they move back 5 yards, they're going to catch it on about the 35. So.
And their returners are right now standing on the 20, so take a couple steps up, they'll be there. So a little pressure now on Jansen. Wants to get a good boot here. That's a good kick.
There you go.
Down to the 25. Carney Johnson goes to the middle and eventually tackled by Jansen at the 50. So they did, Coach. They got good field position.
Yep.
All right, this is an area probably where the Saints have to expect some improvement here as they've given up quite a few points, over 40 points across Lex 35 to Woods Tower, and need to stop a pretty potent Clintondale team.
Very potent and a very difficult offense to play defense against. It's the old single wing.
So maybe we have a.
You probably remember this.
I actually do, and maybe Coach will have you a chance to bring your experience to talking about this. But direct snap, number 1, tries to go right.
Well done.
Nice
well
job
done.
that time. Number 20 is Christian Javiro, and he played that very nicely. Number 1, Deontay Higgins took the direct snap, and that's what you'll see in the single wing, but you'll also see that person spins and fakes and counters. Not much of a passing offense, but it's tough to defense, and main thing is you don't see it very often.
That's one of the most difficult things. It's not something you practice against, so it's a completely different look.
Yeah, you won't see this run by by many colleges or pro teams. This is predominantly a high school offense. Now, a big shift here. They go strong left, and by strong I mean almost everybody over there. That's Wade, number 0, Cleo Wade, and he's stopped by
very well defensed.
The entire middle of the St. Clair line. Number 52.
Nice job.
Is Parker Griefor, and he did a nice job stuffing the middle there. Illegal procedure that time against center line, and I don't think they'll take it. They've essentially gotten nowhere so far, so. Oh, they are going to send it back. That'll make it second again, and 14 to go this time. Saints have played the first 2 defensive plays very well. All right, again, single wing, strong left. Higgins gets the ball. He's in trouble deep in the backfield. The Saints chasing him, but there's a lot of room over there, and there's no one left for the St. Clair Saints. Terrific play down there by Jansen to stop a short touchdown, and what happened was over pursuit.
Yep, exactly right. It was a bad snap. He picked it up. All the blockers went to the left. He came to the right, turned around, and went all the way back.
And you mentioned something earlier before the game started about having to stay in your lane, and that was a classic example. You saw everybody chasing the fumble, and no one stayed in their lane. There was no one holding down the right end there for the Saints.
Yep, it becomes very difficult because as an athlete, you want to make the tackle. You want to go where the ball is. But if you get out of your area of responsibility, they can attack right there.
All right, Wade, again, he looks to go to the middle. Not much there that time. Saints again with a nice play up the middle. That looked like number 78 for St. Clair, Lance Zweihofer. The one thing, these uniforms are nice, but for visibility of numbers, it's a little bit difficult. Isn't it? Yes. So bear with us tonight as we try to ascertain who's making the play, but it's just difficult to tell this far away. All right, second and 9, not much room there for the Dragons. And it looks like Wade and Higgins are the main ball carriers in this offense. This time a counter and a lot of room. That's number 9.
A lot of blocking.
Seth Maizano, and very nice counter play that time by Clintondale.
That's a well-designed play because they've spent every play so far, except for the fumble, has gone to the power side and to run the counter. The people got out of their lanes.
Yep, and no one was left for St. Clair, and nice design of that play. Clintondale ties it up 6-0, 9 minutes, 30 seconds left. And it looks like Clintondale will go for 2 out of their normal alignment. And again, you notice the shift. That's kind of one of the characteristics of the single wing. Again, a low snap.
Ooh.
Higgins, great speed, but he gets in with an extra point, and that'll give the Dragons an 8-6 lead. And that was just speed from Deontay Higgins.
I thought Lance Schreihofer had a chance, but the guy was way too quick.
And that's again a bad snap, and the Dragons turn it into something positive. All right, this could end up 60-60 by the time we're done tonight. But we've already had 2 length of the field touchdown drives, and less than 6 minutes so far taken off the clock. Saints went down, scored on Ethan Mon, 14-yard touchdown, and then this time Maizano for Clintondale scored on a counter. And Clintondale, number 52, that's Dominic Willis, will kick off. Again, the Saints have Jansen, Mon, deep. And let's see where it goes this time. Saints, again, first time they did a handoff, and it was wide open for Ian Jansen. Willis. Oh, high kick this time. Well done. Again, another one. And Jansen has some room again to the left side. Cuts it in, and he stopped at about the 32. And really some nice room again for Ian Jansen. All right, Saints will start 1st and 10 at their own 32. Colin Augusta, senior quarterback. 3rd year starting for Colin, and going to be marked at the 31. And he has Ethan Mon, junior running back, behind him. Number 22 is Deion Turner in fullback. Augusta, quick hitter to Turner, and that got about 5 yards really
Nicely
quickly.
done. Yep, very quick.
The hard part there is for the quarterback hit the ball to the fullback that quickly.
That was a lunge, yeah. And Deion's really hard to see. Not real big.
And there's a lot of running backs you see like that. I think that the kid last night from Kansas City, Kareem Hunt, had a little bit of that. All right. Number 7, Schwager, comes left. Meatman goes in motion. He gets the handoff this time. Goes around right end. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second, and gets about 2 yards on that. Ethan Mon running hard.
It's awfully difficult for the wideout to hold their block for that long a period of time.
Yeah, kind of a long developing play as he came in motion from the left, came all the way around to the right, and the right end, Ian Jansen that time has to screen off the cornerback, and as you say, that's a tough block, especially against a quick quarterback. All right, Augusta back to the huddle. Saints looking at 3rd and about 5. Augusta talking to Turner and to Mon. 84 is Max Gottler in motion, and Turner splits out left as well. Augusta back to pass. Has some time. Rolls this way. Does he have enough room? And he gets to the 40. Hard to say. Colin Augusta with some good speed. Question is, did he get a first down? And they're marking it. Boy, that's going to be close, Coach.
Sure is. Oh, he points it. There you go.
And they're going to give him first down. Nice job by Colin Augustus. He knew exactly where he had to get to.
Very athletic move. He's a very athletic young man, three-sport athlete. Nobody works harder than Colin Augustus.
Well, and he did a nice job there. He didn't have anybody open downfield and rolled out, found some room. 21 is Brandon Ruba. He comes in, and he split left. Out with Schwieger. Jansen right. Mon also right. Turner, the only one in the backfield. Turner again gets the handoff right up the middle, and Deion Turner has a nice hole, and he gets all the way to the 50. That's a gain of about 8. And it looks like Clintondale is really respecting Ethan Mon.
Yes, yes.
And when he splits out, there's a lot of room in the middle of that defense. All right, Augusta comes back, talks to Coach Kevin Mon, offensive coordinator, so he calls the play, and Colin usually comes over between every snap. Saints now, 2nd and 2. Mon now the only one in the backfield. Turner's split left. Hand off to Mon. Slips a little bit on the field. Might have lost a half yard that time. Trying to make his cut. Ethan kind of lost footing there, and he lost about a yard, and it'll make it 3rd and about 3, I think. Kind of a classic here and there. You can really think about this as almost 2-down territory. The Saints are at the 50-yard line, and you got to think they're going to try to get this first down with both this play and the next.
Well, they've been successful with Deion Turner.
Yes, that opening has been there for the middle.
Although they're going to have a hard time reaching him this time.
Yeah. All right, Augusta under center. And he takes it himself, and he's got some room. And Colin Augusta way out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought they would throw a flag on the first run, let alone that one. That was significantly further out of bounds.
But Colin made the first down as he advances the ball to about the 47. Now again, Colin Augusta gotten the last 2 first downs for the Saints. Number 88, Alex Evankevich comes in. Augusta goes back to the huddle. Saints moving in a lot of players. Turner, Mon, behind Augusta. Schwieger, split right. Here's the snap, and again, Turner. We used to call that a dive play, Coach. Just a straight ahead move by the fullback, making no cuts, just right in behind the center and the guard. And Saints getting pretty good offensive line work from the interior of their offensive line. Penzine, Dubé, Zamita, opening some holes there.
It only needs to be a little hole for Deion to get through. He's not very big, and he's really quick.
All right, Augusta now. Turner and Mon behind him. 2nd and about 5, 6. Augusta takes the snap. This time Mon breaks to the middle, and he gets all the way to the 2nd level and tackled by Higgins, and he was through there in an instant.
Nicely done. A big hole that time, too, again.
And again, it looks like the middle is where the Saints are exploiting Clintondale, and some nice holes up there. And give credit to the offensive line again. All right, Augusta back to the middle. Again, this time Turner is split left, along with Schwieger. Jansen right. Augusta takes the handoff. Quick pitch. And Schwieger not going to get much that time. That pass has got to be lower.
It has to be, yep.
If he's got to jump for the pass, it's going to throw off the timing of the play, and can't do much. And there's going to be an illegal chalk block called against St. Clair, and that usually means that someone was engaged and hit from the side lower than the waist. And that's a 15-yarder. So that brings the Saints back all the way to the 46. It'll be first down again, but first and about 25.
We're moving in the wrong direction here.
And it also limits your play calling a little bit. Hard
Sure
to think
does.
that they can use 4 and 5 yard dives to make
They
up
don't
this difference.
really design first and 25 plays.
All right, Jansen right, Turner, Mon behind. Clintondale recognize that they're really close in bunch to the line of scrimmage. Augusta gets the ball. Mon, nice move.
Nice move.
Ethan Mon cuts back.
There's a clip.
And they're going to call that a clip as a crackback block by St. Clair. And the Dragon player is on the field.
Nicely designed play. It was a great cut by Ethan.
Can't see who it is yet, but clearly the block kind of blindsided him. And that, as a football player, that's probably the toughest block because you don't have time to prepare for it.
The medical staff is right on top of this. They have Clintondale has their own trainer. We have a trainer, and the doctor is there.
So all the Saints take a knee, really working this almost as a timeout. And we won't speculate. Don't know what the condition is, but as you say, medical staff right there taking care of the young player. So Coach mentioned earlier the Saints have had a couple tough games here. Certainly Crossleck's one of the better teams in the area. I think they play Richmond this week. That'll be a very interesting game up in the BWAC. But and then lost last week to Tower, and the word was they have a pretty good quarterback this year.
Tower does, and they're a very powerful team. They took apart Cousino, I believe, in the first game, and Cousino is a traditional powerhouse.
So Saints makes this game even more important. Is that obviously first home game, first time in East China, and that's you want to protect your home field. But the second thing is that really need to turn around the momentum of the season.
Absolutely do. Yep. It's for some reason it's the magical 3. If you lose 3 in a row, it somehow begins to really nag at you, and you begin to question yourself. And as an athlete, you certainly don't want to start to do that.
Yep. Saints have a couple of key injuries. Just want to mention here tonight. One of them is number 1, Ben Davidson, senior wide receiver, is out, as well as Colin Pavlov, another senior. So big experience lost on the outside there. And then also on the sideline, Mike McKinnon, 11th grade offensive lineman, John Richardson, a senior defensive tackle, and Jackson G, a junior defensive tackle. So Saints a little bit short. Certainly Davidson is a key to this team, and not having him in makes it difficult. All right, the Dragon player is being helped off the field, and he's, I guess they just say, walking gingerly. He got really popped there and right in the chest.
Looks like number 51, Heinz Corey. Looks like he has a shoulder arm injury. They're going to bring him back over here.
Yep. So it's tough. Young man getting good attention. Trainers, doctor out there. But he's obviously in quite a bit of pain. All right, Saints, again, another penalty. Still first down, but now up to 33. First and 33 to go. And after a long break, got to get back focused on football here. All right, whistles ball back in play. Count Augusta leads the team to the line. Saints first and 33. Augusta under center. Rolls right. Quick pass through the hands of the Saints receiver, and just out of reach on a ricochet from number 84, Max Gottler, the tight end, and that'll bring second down. Again, little high for Dion and a little low for Max.
Yes, yeah.
All right, Saints now probably ideally would like to get a chunk of this, at least to give them
Yeah.
some shot at a reasonable play for the remaining yardage on third down.
As I mentioned, there aren't plays that are drawn up for this distance.
All right, Augusta under center. Turns, gives it to McMahon, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Leo Wade, interesting, plays linebacker and essentially tailback. An interesting combination.
That
He
is a
made a nice
big
play there
combination.
as he filled in the line. That makes it third and a lot. Just a lot. See if Saints play it, try a long pass or play it conservatively. This is last year one of the places where they'd send Ben Davidson
Yes.
long and try for a jump ball against a smaller defensive back, but obviously Ben's on the sideline, can't do that.
And this is the classic third and long.
Augusta tries to hit Mom, but that was well diagnosed.
Yep.
Right out there in the flat, number 56 for Clintondale, Julian Toko, and he smelled that screen pass out and just did a great job defending it. If there's a defensive player between you and the receiver on that screen pass, there's just nowhere to go.
And there's only the sideline. You're limited to how far you can go out here.
Yeah. So Saints bring in number 9. That's Sam Picklehop. He'll be the punter. Too deep for Clintondale. Higgins and Johnson again. Good snap to Picklehop. Punts going a little bit left over the bench. And that'll give the Dragons pretty good field position.
See where they mark it here.
Got the classic referee walking back towards you, and one you never want to see. So that's going to be on the 45-yard line, first down, Clintondale. Very proud of our new graphics, as you can see on the screen. Dragons 8, Saints 6, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left, first and 10 on their 45. Just feel like, Al Michaels and Chris
There you go.
Collinsworth or something up here, and we'll have to watch ourselves, make sure those calls are correct. All right, Saints need to stop here. Dragons had problems with the snap in the first series, but they were too many people on the field,
Sure,
and that's going to be a penalty.
That's good.
Never hurts to start first and 15. That's a legal substitution, I guess, technically, because the ball wasn't snapped. And it'll make it first and 15. So you've got Ian Jansen deep, Christian Jabiro, and number 11, Trevor Ziem on the right. Nice handoff this time. Jansen comes up, stops the play, and tackled. Tackled that time by number 56, you think, John Steiner.
Yep.
And we do want to get these names as right as often as we can. That's one of the purposes of doing these TV games, but it's just difficult to see the numbers right now. Number 36, Jared St. James there calling the defensive signals from his linebacker position. Two split right here for Clintondale.
First pass. No, there's not.
And that's number 3. Got lots of room and
Oh.
all the way down the sideline. And knocked out of bounds by Jansen. Number 3 is Richard Washington. And you don't want your safety to be the leading tackler. And
No,
right now,
and-
Jansen is being
And he
that.
is. Well, and that's one of the things that they seldom pass out of that formation. So he goes back to pass. Everybody drops back, and it opens the field wide open.
Yep. That was number 3, Richard Washington for Clintondale, and he gained about 40 yards down to the St. Clair 7 or 8, 7 I think. And it'll be first and goal to goal from there. Coming up in a minute to play here, first quarter. Dragons lead the Saints, 8-6. You're watching St. Clair Saints football here on CTV, Community Television, Channel 6. John Carter along with Coach Denny White. Beautiful evening for a ball game. Clintondale shifts hard right. Again, a low snap, but picked up by Carday Johnson, and he gets about a yard or two. And that long snap still continues to bother them a bit.
Their junior varsity last night had the same trouble.
And that's one of the reasons you do a center
Fortunately,
snap,
that's
because that long snap is not easy to do when you've got someone right over your head who's looking to pummel you immediately upon the snap. All right, coming up on 15 seconds, probably the last play of the first quarter. Again, the Dragons, strong left. Snap to Higgins. He's got room there. And knocked down, no, good play by the
Nice
Saints.
play. Yeah.
Gang tackling, and they stop him on about the 3 or 4 yard line.
Well read, very well read, and they stayed in their responsibilities. Nicely done.
All right, after one, Dragons lead 8-6. Let's turn it over for another commercial break, and we'll be back for the second quarter.
Neiman's Family Markets, from produce, deli, bakery, meats, or even bagels. Neiman's Family Markets. They have it all on Kearney Drive in St. Clair. Neiman's Family Markets. North Star Bank, your local community bank serving St. Clair, Sanilac, Huron, and Washtenaw counties. When you need a local community bank for home loans, checking, savings, and other banking needs, North Star Bank is the community bank that you want to deal with. The bank that will take care of all your personal and business needs. North Star Bank has a new mobile application that you can download to make banking even easier. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
Welcome right back, everybody. John Carter along with Coach Denny White. Beginning the second quarter, Saints down 8-6 to the Dragons. Third down now and about 3 to go. Goal to go here for Clintondale. Switch ends of the field, a little bit going against the wind, but it doesn't look like Clintondale has much of a propensity to pass, so
No.
I don't think that's going to matter.
The only time he dropped back, he decided to run anyway.
This would be a huge momentum maker. You got to think Clintondale figures they're in 4-down territory, so Saints are looking to stop him here these next 2 plays.
Like
You
we
wonder if they
talked
might
about
try
it-
that cross counter.
Yes, counter, yep. Like we talked about at the beginning, it's critical to stay at your assignment.
And again, very strong left. And what we mean by that is most of the players are on the left-hand side of the center who has the ball. Direct snap, Wade, cut, and he stopped short.
Yeah.
Just short of the goal line at about the 1 or 1/2 yard line. So this will be it, 4th down.
I think the turf monster got him.
One of the best tacklers in the history of football is that turf
Absolutely
monster.
right.
Yeah. Spotted at the 1, and this will be it, 4th down, 1 yard to go. Deontay Higgins comes in from the sideline with a play call. Probably think this would be a power play, which this offense is well suited for. As you see, if you look to the right here, there's a lot of white shirts over there. They do. Higgins, right up the middle. Did he get in?
Boy,
It
I
doesn't
would
look
think
like
not.
he did. That was stopped by the Saints in the middle of the line. Terrific job by the St. Clair defense. Can't call out a single
Nice
tackler. That was everybody.
Defensive stand. And it's a lot easier up here than it is down there, but if he would have stayed one hole to the right, there was a hole there.
The Saints just did a great job. They stuffed it right there in the middle, and they take over on downs on their own. Well, what amounts to 6-inch line, but a tremendous defensive stand. All right, now really incumbent on the Saints to get a first down here.
Yes. You have to
Switch
get out
that
of
field
here.
position
Yep.
and make it happen here so that they don't have to worry about defending it again right away. Augusta brings in the St. Clair football. Teams get to use their own football for offense, correct,
Yep,
Coach?
that's correct, yep.
So that's what you see there is they're switching the footballs they want to use for when they're on offense. All right, Jansen right, Augusta. And there's a jump there, and I think that's going to be offsides on Clintondale.
It's a good start.
Huge play because that gives you a little bit more room to operate, whereas you're not starting necessarily in the end zone,
It's
right?
really crowded back there in the end zone.
And you can't help but notice that you've got red turf under your feet. When if you're tackled in there, that's a safety. So Saints probably with a hard count from Augusta, and the hard thing there is making sure that offensive line maintains its discipline and doesn't jump. But they managed to draw Clintondale off, and they'll have 1st and 5 now, just outside the 5-yard line. Augusta comes up under center. Turner and Mon behind him. Augusta quickly to Ethan Mon, not much there that time. And stacked up by Clintondale again. Wade and number 4, Dondre Paris, made the stop.
Some awfully hard yards there in the middle.
Yeah, and only about one of them that time.
That's right.
But still, with that first down, you've got second now and about 5.5 or 4.5, 5. Jansen comes right. Gottler, the tight end, on the right-hand side as well. Mon and Turner behind. Might see Turner this time in a quick hitter. Nope. Mon again, and nice play that time by number 9, Seth Maizano, and number 7, not listed. And the Dragons stop that play again. 3rd down now, and about 4. And this is an important play to try to get a first down for St. Clair. Stefankevich comes off the field. Saints spread it a little bit this time. Mon, Jansen, Schwieger all split. Turner behind. Augusta back in the end zone. Rolls left. Goes going to throw, but just over the head on number 7, Schwieger. And that'll make it 4th down. And now the Saints be forced to punt from their own end zone. The Dragons did their job, stopping the Saints there, and that forces the punt. We thought from the first 2 possessions this is going to be a high-scoring game, but it's kind of slowed down a bit.
It has really slowed down. Now it's become a defensive battle.
All right, pickle hop. And deep punt formation. Snaps another good one. And booms it away. Out of bounds that time beyond the 40. Let's see where they mark it. And it's good. That's excellent punt there. Gets almost all the yardage out of it and no return whatsoever.
No return at all. Yep.
Out
no
to the 43 on a punt from your end zone. I think most coaches in high school will take that. Little help from the wind as the wind's coming slightly out of the north, but that was a nice job by Sam Picklehop and got the Saints out of the shadow of their own goalposts. First down now for Clintondale. The other problem is the Saints have been on the field, the Saints defense has been on the field a good part of this first half. So when you start getting worn down and some big kids on that Clintondale line.
It's been a very physical first half.
All right, Higgins got room. And breaks 3, but tackled out of bounds. Number 44 is Mike Morosky, and initially stop made by Jansen. He's coming off the field a little gingerly. It looks like he may have twisted something a little bit. And he's had to make a lot of tackles already tonight. So first down for Clintondale. They lead 8-6. Snap this time again. The counter to Maizano, and he's got an opening again. And Maizano, he broke that initial wave, and there was no one back there.
That counter is deadly.
And he's only touched the ball twice, Seth Maizano, but he has 2 touchdowns, and that's pretty efficient ball carrying.
Well, you go to the heavy side, you go to the heavy side, you go to the heavy side, and then when you cut back, it surprises people.
So it's been the Seth Maizano show for Clintondale. That one was from about 35 out, and nice job by the coach there making the calls. See what Clintondale's lined up in there. Single wing. Directly snap that time,
There you
number
go.
one.
Nicely done.
Huygens, nice tackle. Looks by number Jared St. James made the play. Good job. And a nice stop there as Saints hold them to only the touchdown, but it's 14-6 Clintondale. 8 minutes, 52 seconds left. The Saints looking to have a little offensive spark here for the next possession in the second quarter. Good crowd here, Coach. First home game, and the St. Clair stands are just about packed.
It looks full on this side. It sure does.
Now, got to help the players here. First 2 games on the road is not an easy way to go, and nice to come back to the friendly confines of East China Stadium.
The support makes a huge difference. Huge difference.
All right, Schwieger this time be deep with Mon. Dominic Willis again kicking off for Clintondale. Approaches the ball. And kind of a squibber. Picked up by Gottler, and he gets up to about the 37. Good hands that time, because that would have gone a lot farther, and managed to get it quickly, and tight end.
This could be a key part of this first half. We need to move the ball. A, because we need to move the ball, and B, because we need to keep it out of their hands.
That's right. All right, change the ball again. Number 7, Schwieger comes in. Saints approach the line. Austin Schwieger split here right towards us. Mon and Turner behind Augusta. Mon gets a little break outside and picks up about 3 or 4. Good tackle that time by number 15, Devin Pratt. Yeah, I've got about 4 yards. Augusta back to the huddle.
Brendan Ruba now in for Ethan Mon.
Approaching 8 minutes now. Saints down, 14-6. Augusta under center. Quick hitter up in the air and on the ground, incomplete. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage and looking, I think, for the tight end on a quick slant, but someone from Clintondale got their hands on it, and it fell incomplete. Makes that 3rd and 6.
It's a very quick pop pass. If a lineman gets their hand up, there's no place to throw it.
Right. Saints now 3rd and 6. A little bit under 8 minutes. Augusta. Schwieger wide. Right. Augusta looks to roll right. He's got some room. Cuts it up. And gets to the 50-yard line, which is going to be enough for a first down. And Count Augusta doing a nice job with his feet. And I think that was a designed rollout.
So he didn't he didn't look like he was looking downfield.
No, he was pretty intent on running that ball the entire time. So Jansen comes back in, got a little tension at the sidelines. And Augusta brings a play in. Ian Jansen split right. Schwieger will be left. Brendan Ruba split slot left. Turner right behind Augusta. Augusta again rolls right, gets past the end, and gets about 5 yards.
Nicely designed play by Coach Mon. He rolled away from all the traffic.
And Collins big enough and fast enough that he's not going to be brought down by an arm tackle very easily.
He's a strong young man.
And he did a nice job there wrestling with the defensive end and got a very positive gain, 4 or 5 yards. So 2nd and about 6. Mon back in, Ethan Mon back in for the Saints. You'd like to see the Saints have a little bit more balance. I don't think there's been a completed pass in this game. And neither the Saints nor the Dragons have.
That's right. That's why the defense is so close to the line.
Right. Yeah, if you look at the Dragons right now, almost everybody. Fumble on the ground. And covered by St. Clair. I think that was Turner. Nope. 21 is Ruba. But it lost the gain for the first down, so now it's 3rd and about 10. But just going back to that, if you watch the Dragons defense, their defensive backs are playing within 6-7 yards of the line of scrimmage. And because of that, it's hard to run. There's a lot of bodies in there.
There's 10 defenders in that little area.
They call that the box. You'll hear that said by our counterparts on ABC often. All right, Saints have double wide right. Augusta takes the snap. Goes down the right-hand sideline. Nice catch by Jansen with her feet in bounds. Yes, they were.
Nicely done.
Nice catch by Jansen. Good pass by Augusta. And the Saints are in business.
And he kept his foot in. Very nicely done. He was right on the sideline and covered.
First down for St. Clair. Well, maybe premature. They're going to call that a first down, or is it? The ball was marked right on the 40-yard line. They're going to bring the chains in. By eyeball, it looks like the chains are right on the 40-yard line. I'd always wonder why they're holding the ball down as if it was actually precise, and they moved it all the way from the right sideline into the middle there. And it's precise within millimeters, so therefore they're holding the ball down. Ideally, if you're that concerned about where it's going to be, should you mark it right there where it's tackled?
Yes.
And then have them bring the chains over there. But it's early in the season for referees as well, correct?
That's correct.
All right, let's see where this measurement is. And it looks like the Saints can be short by about 2 inches.
He's still looking. Not very far.
And as I said, that's the old John Madden left foot, right foot marking. And
yes.
I don't know how they consider that precise, moving it from the sideline all the way to the right hash mark. But all right, normally what you do here is you look for a quarterback sneak. Simplest play in football, but
big, strong quarterback.
Big quarterback, and but certainly the defense knows that as well. And Augusta got it.
Yes, he did. He certainly did.
I'm not sure. The referee is talking to the Saints sideline. Did not call a play in.
I don't see a flag. They put it back to where it was.
I guess the referee said
he had not started the play.
Yep, that's what it was. The referee says he had not started the clock, and therefore that play did not count. It's a do-over. Augusta, again, slips, but I think he still made it. Tough 1-yard run for Colin Augusta. Not easy to do that twice in a row.
Twice.
But give him credit. Made the first down. And the Saints will be in business just inside the 40-yard line of the Dragons. Going now down to 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Augusta calling the play in the huddle. And he brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Jansen split right. Takes a snap, gets it to Turner. He's got a hole. And good balance there by Deion Turner. Gets inside the 30-yard line to the 29 and very close. And another first down. Maybe we'll get to see them do their marking magic again. That's a first down that time.
Nice interior blocking for the Saints.
And I don't know if you can see it, but Augusta's moving quickly and really stretching to get that handoff to Deion Turner. But it's working, and Turner has had very, very positive yards so far this game.
Timeout Clintondale.
Timeout Clintondale as they want to talk it over. Saints have moved the ball down the field pretty nicely here. And certainly the gold looked like it's going to be a very, very competitive league this year, Coach. We've got already Marine City 2-0. They knocked off what's been a very good Algonac team in their opener, and then they won their second game against, I think, Port Huron Northern, right?
Northern,
in a
barn burner
slugfest.
here, yes.
Slugfest.
Yeah.
And then Marysville is also undefeated in the gold, as is Tower. So Saints really need a victory this game and then next week to kind of get back into their season.
Just to put themselves in position to be a factor.
All right. Timeout now over. Let's see if the Saints wait to make sure the referee has actually started the clock. And he did. Augusta under center. Fake that time to Turner. Ethan Mon quickly into the secondary. He makes a nice stiff arm, and Ethan Mon all the way into the end zone from the 29-yard line, and that's a touchdown, St. Clair.
Another well-designed play. There's a fake to the right side. He turned and handed it off to Ethan going into the left side.
And you see on the replay, Ethan then makes nice moves in the secondary, but that was set up by a great fake, and then all Mon as he takes it into the end zone. Okay, see if the Saints go for two to try to tie this game up with less than 4 minutes left here in the first half. It looks like it as Augusta goes back to the huddle. Mark the ball on the 3. And the Saints will try to get it in for a 2-point play. Jansen right. Mon and Turner behind Augusta. Cowan takes a snap, gives it to Mon. Mon goes hard up the middle, and he scores. 2-point play for Ethan Mon, and that ties the ball game up. Nice job by the Saints.
The interior line did extremely well. There was no faking on that one. That was right up the middle, and I can beat you, and I did.
Ethan Mon, 29-yard touchdown run, and then follows it up with a 2-yard extra point conversion, and the Saints tie the game up at 14-14. That was important, I think, Coach, and get them back in the game here before the end of the first half.
A very nicely conceived drive and very physical. This is a very physical football game tonight. Not that most of them aren't, but this is especially physical.
Second touchdown for Ethan Mon. He scored both, and he also has the 2-point after touchdown. So it's kind of been the Ethan Mon show against the Seth Maizano show so far this evening. But I think both will tell you, especially that last play, great blocking by the St. Clair offensive line to get Mon a quick move into the secondary. All right, Jansen again, kicking off. Beat Higgins and Johnson. Jansen, sidewinder.
Bounce.
That's going to take a funny bounce, and it does. Gets past him, and it's rolling down to about the 9. And back to about the 19 is number 1, Deontay Higgins. And the Saints stop the Dragons before the 20-yard line and put them in pretty bad field position.
That took a crazy bounce at the end.
If you can get that low liner down there running along the turf, it's not easy to pick up because you hear the thundering hooves of
that's right. You know there's something coming.
The kicking team coming down there to put the hit on. Number 36, Jared St. James, there in the middle. Calls the defensive signals. Again, there's that counter Maizano. This time, stacked up a little bit by St. Clair, but he still broke 3.
Away, yep.
Maizano is a 5'10", 165-pound senior, and he's run very effectively on that play. Looked like Saints had that effectively defensed at
That's what I thought. Just when you think you have him corralled over on that side, he somehow got away.
That's first down again for center line.
How about Clintondale?
Or Clintondale, sorry. Another one of those C schools.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's your first game. It's okay.
Yes. All right, Clintondale. Snap. Looks like they're going to throw, maybe.
No.
But he goes around the end, and he's got some room. That's number 3, Richard Washington again, and eventually tackled by number 30 for the Saints, Dakota DeMay, and number 11, that's Trevor Ziem.
And, you know, that's the situation again. When you don't pass much, but you go back and it looks like you're going to pass, the defense drops back, and there's holes available.
And it looks like center line, or Clintondale, Clintondale has a couple of very effective runners with Maizano, number 21, Johnson, Higgins, and also Washington. And all 4 of them have been effective running against the Saints. Second timeout for Clintondale. And they're up to their own 47. So it didn't take long for them to get out of that hole.
Did not. As I mentioned, it's an offense you don't see very often, and it's very difficult if you're an aggressive football player, which is redundant, to stay at home, to stay in your lane, to stay at your responsibility. And once you get out of it, that opens huge holes for these guys.
And you wonder, really, are they intending to pass when they take the ball back like that, or is that more of a design to just open up the field and allow their speed and athleticism to find the holes that position or that situation creates?
That would not be a major surprise, because it certainly, and we can see it up here, it certainly opens it up.
Yep. All right, Dragons. Number 3 is Washington. Throws it sideline, incomplete to number 1, Higgins, and that maybe shows you why they don't pass much.
Yeah, looked like they were trying to set that screen up off to the side there, because he had blockers.
Second down and 10. First incomplete pass, first pass for Clintondale. Washington and Higgins come back to the field, and I know you really call the position Washington plays the tailback, I think, in the single wing. The quarterback is actually that player, I think it's 15,
yes,
that's
right up here.
a quarter of the way back to the backfield, and he's a blocker, essentially. He's a guard.
Exactly what he is.
Washington goes deep, and it's picked by Maizano, and tackled from behind by St. Clair. And that time he was wide open. Looked like we had a chance, but our defender stumbled, and they made the play. It's down to the 12-yard line of St. Clair. 2 minutes, 35 seconds. That's plenty of time.
Was not a picture-perfect pass, but it certainly was effective.
Yep, he was, frankly, so far open that it didn't have to be much more than a fair catch. All right, this time Higgins is in the tailback, and I don't think they were set. That's probably a legal procedure against Clintondale. That'll bring him back 5 yards. And they've made some mistakes tonight, but they've just been effective on a lot of plays. Their center snaps have been chancy at best, but they've taken advantage of that hole, and it's been a lot of big plays for Clintondale. All right, Higgins comes back to the huddle. And again, in this single wing, it's a direct snap, normally to the tailback. Number 1, Higgins. Goes deep. Wide open. Number 32 for Clintondale is William Bakeman, and no one within 15 yards of him.
Nope. There was a busted. See, that's one of those. There was a busted assignment because of the offense.
Right. they've been so effective running the ball. You can see on the replay that almost all the Saints were up honoring the run, trying to attack the ball carrier, and he kind of pulled up and threw the pass just right over the top people and made for an easy touchdown. That makes it 20-14. Dragons lead. Going again for two. Higgins goes right and knocked down at about the 2-yard line. At probably a holding call on Clintondale, which will be declined. And the Saints again stop the 2-point conversion, and they keep the game to 20-14. Well, if they're going to be successful with this passing off that single wing look, that's going to be tough to defend.
That's going to make it very difficult because you're going to have to drop back and cover the pass. The linebackers are going to have to loosen up a little bit, and that's going to open some holes. All you have to do is hit that line, and you got running room.
All right, Saints have been very successful returning kicks. They got 1:48 here before halftime, and let's see if they can make something happen here, get some positive field position, and try to score again before the end of the first half. 52 is Dominic Willis. And then again, Mon and Jansen are deep for St. Clair. Number 32, Kenneth Westrick hustles on to fill in. Willis approaches the ball. Short kick this time. Picked up and back to about the 40-yard line. It's actually still going. Up to the 43-yard line. Good effort.
A group effort.
That really was. Let's see who had the ball there. Jared St. James. He doesn't get the chance to carry the ball very often. He's usually the hitter, not the hittee, and I think he did a nice job bringing that right back, and good field position for the Saints. All right, 1:41. Saints looking to tie this ball game or possibly go ahead with a PAT. And Augusta brings them to the line. Jansen is right. Schwieger and Mon left. Again, quick hitter to Turner this time. Nice play by number 0. That's Wade again. Gleo Wade, who's made a bunch of tackles from the linebacker position for Clintondale. Gain of about 2. Second down at 8 for St. Clair. Clock running, but still plenty of time. Start of the second half, Clintondale will actually get the ball first because Saints had it first in the first half. So Saints really want to make this possession count. Jansen on the right. Augusta. And I can't tell if that was a fumble or
an incomplete
pass, but no, they're going to call that a fumble. And he was under pressure very, very quickly. And that's going to be a fumble recovered by Clintondale. You can see here, Colin kind of faded back, but they had a lot of pressure. Number 4 was Dondre Paris, and Colin really didn't have a chance to even raise his head to look downfield. So Clintondale has the ball back, and now it's on the Saints defense to stop them before an additional score here at the end of this first half. Washington is the tailback, and they're looking to pass again, down deep. And that's going to be interference. And Saints defender, you got to get your head around.
You have to. Yep.
Otherwise, it's face guarding, and that's going to draw a flag almost every single time. And actually had very good position.
Well, all he had to do was turn his head around. Yeah, he had the hard part taken care of.
And it's difficult for inexperienced defensive backs. You have to recognize when your receiver looks for the ball, then you look for the ball, and at least get your head around and try to make it look.
If Division I cornerbacks and professional cornerbacks struggle with that part, that's not a surprise that high school has trouble with it.
All right, so the Dragons now on, let's see, after the penalty, and that's a 15-yard penalty in high school. It's not a spot penalty, so they're under 20. 1st and 10. Washington again. This time a double reverse to Maizano. And Maizano has room again.
Uh-oh.
And I think he got in. Nope.
No,
Let's see what they're calling. No call by the referee over there. Holding on Clintondale, I would think.
That's a good call.
Oh, that's going to save a touchdown because I think Maizano was in. And that was actually a double reverse. Again, if the single wing is an offense out of the 1940s, the double reverse is one of the first plays from the single wing in the 1940s. That's a huge, huge call for St. Clair. And again, I think is what you were saying earlier. They were having to block that defensive back a long time on that double reverse, and obviously probably grabbed some jersey, and that drew the flag, and the Saints dodged a bullet. All right. Still first down, but all the way back to the 31. Harris, counter play. And good play that time. Let's see if we can pick out a number. That was number 78, Lance Schweihofer. That's a tough play. Quick running back coming at you as a defensive end, and Lance managed to corral him and bring him down. That was a terrific play. And I think Clintondale calls their final timeout, 33 seconds left. 2014, the Dragons lead. Second down and still about 25 yards to go, but obviously they're thinking about getting a touchdown here before the end of the half. And they've certainly shown the big play capability, Coach. They've got a number of runners who can take it in.
They certainly have. And it's, again, we go back to this offense because you haven't seen it. It's very difficult to anticipate what's going to happen.
Saints have done a nice job, I think, holding the ground on a lot of plays. It's been just the odd play here that breaks big, and particularly that counter where Maizano kind of goes against the flow of the offense, and he's found a lot of room there this entire evening. All right. Dragons come back on the field. Second down, about 23. This time Washington is in tailback position. It's number 3. He's been their passer. He rolls right, but he's going to keep it, and he's got lots of room. And he gets out at about the 16-yard line, and that was a big play. He gained back all the yardage lost and brings it back to a third and a manageable 6 or 7 yards for the first down.
And that was nicely done. All he had to do was take the direct snap and put the ball up in the air. Like it wasn't even a really good fake. It was just a fake. And it loosens the linebackers in the corners and the safety. And it gives you room if you can make the edge.
All right, this time we've got number 1, Higgins, in the tailback position. He'll take the direct snap. He does. Rolls right. He's got room. All the way down to about the 6 or 7, and that's going to be a first down, I believe, for Clintondale. Under 20 seconds, and have to give credit. Clintondale must be doing a pretty good job basically hooking our ends because there just seems like there's a lot of room on those simple rollouts.
Right, and normally when they do that, because of this offense, they have an advantage in manpower.
Because they overload one side or the other. That's part of the idea. All right. First and goal, just inside the 10-yard line. Sticks are down, so no first down available, but only 19 seconds left. Again, Higgins got a lot of room.
Awful lot of. Why'd he stop? Ooh.
Just made it in, and that's going to be a touchdown, Clintondale.
Wow.
And again, you could just see that as that play developed. Watch it on the replay here. Rolls left.
Look at all those blockers.
And he just kind of half fakes a pass, and then all the Saints are in the end zone, and he basically gets in, as he said, he's kind of stopped on the half-yard line inexplicably. And but he still managed to sneak into the end zone, and that makes it 26-14. Well, we had a lull there for a bit, and then right back to lots of scoring here in the last couple of minutes.
Well, it's like you had said, that it's nothing, it's 3, it's 2, it's nothing. And
all right, snap was bobbled by number 4, Dondre Paris. So the PAT is no good, and it stays 26-14. And Clintondale will be kicking off to the Saints with 13 seconds left.
It's those big plays, sweeps to the fake pass. It just loosens everything up. It's going to be very interesting in the second half to see what the legs are like for Clintondale.
Yeah, I think most of their players are playing both ways, and it takes a bit out of you. So let's see. Saints had some magic in their first kickoff return. Let's see what Clintondale does if they're going to do another modified squib kick to prevent a long return by St. Clair. 13.2 seconds left. Number 52, Willis, will kick off. And again, rolls it along the ground, picked up and covered by St. Clair at the 35. And they're willing to concede that kind of field position to avoid kicking it deep to Jansen or Mon.
You're not going to run one of those back.
All right, have to see. Probably the Saints will, in this field position, not likely to try anything and just do a kneel down and go to the locker room and discuss what they can do second half. Number 88, Stephen Kevich, comes in. Plays your Schwieger. Saints go to the front line of scrimmage. Augusta, Turner and Mon behind him. Jansen right. Changing the play. Augusta goes right. Comes back left. Has a little bit of room. Cuts it up. Has lots of room. Up to the 50-yard line. And timeout is called. First down for St. Clair. And Count Augusta has been a very effective runner this evening.
He definitely has. He's got speed, and you know that he's strong.
All right, Saints basically have one opportunity. Try to get it to the end zone. Right on the 50-yard line. Don't know if they have a hook and ladder play or some sort of long pass, but this would be the time to try it.
That's right. 50-yard play. Bring that one out.
Augusta takes a snap. Looks right. Long down the left sideline. Overthrown, and well, that'll end the first half. And after the first half of the ball game, the Clintondale Dragons lead the Saints 26-14. Saints head scoring, Ethan Mon scored twice this evening, and 2 runs and a 2-point conversion. Clintondale's counter, it's been mainly Seth Maizano. He had a couple of nice counter runs, and then a pass to Bakeman from Higgins, a counter for the other score for the Dragons. And Coach, I think that offense has just given Saints a little bit of trouble on the Saints defense.
It just gives you fits. It just does, because it's the only time you're going to see it. You haven't seen it for years, so it's very difficult to strategize for it. And it runs counter to what you're accustomed to. You have these athletic high school kids who want to be in on the play, and the misdirection, and then the simply overwhelming numbers coming right at you. And all you have to do is fake the pass, and everybody loosens up, which is there's no other choice. That's what you have to do, and they take advantage of it.
Well, and the Saints have had, I think, some very nice plays themselves on offense with Ethan Mon in particular, but also Count Augusta.
Yep.
Good yardage on a number of running plays. Just haven't been able to connect on that passing game.
Yep. If they could use Dion and Ethan and Colin to open up the passing lanes and hit a couple of passes, then things would get easier in the running game. but you have to complete some of those passes. Even if they're short, you have to complete some of them to loosen up the linebackers. It gets way too crowded in there.
All right, this is John Carter along with Coach Denny White. Just brought you the first half of the game tonight, and we'll now go to commercial break and then come back for the van, and then we'll see you at the start of the third quarter.
St. Clair's Ace Hardware in the Riverview Plaza is now open 7 days a week for your shopping needs. Everything you need from auto supplies, wiring, paint, craftsman tools. St. Clair's Ace Hardware has picnic items, a complete gift department with candles and more. Don't miss the specials on Valspar paint. St. Clair's Ace Hardware in the Riverview Plaza. Murphy Inn, Restaurant, Spirits Hotel, all in St. Clair. Before or after the game, stop at Murphy Inn. Different specials every day. Happy hour 2 to 6 daily, and 7 vintage hotel rooms. Half off large pizza every Monday, karaoke on Wednesday and Saturday, live music on Thursday and Friday. Murphy Inn has private dining area for showers and family parties. Murphy Inn, Restaurant, Spirits Hotel in St. Clair since 1836.
Now that would be. I keep coming to you. I do. Yep. Oh, you? You have a number. Oh, you do. You do always. I always don't have a comment. Like when I go to the game on the field,
Metro Detroit, come on out to St. Clair Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram and see the difference. We make it fun, fast, affordable, and easy with deals like these.
During the summer clearance event, lease a Ram 4x4 for $89 a month.
Did you just say $89 a month?
Dodge Journey GT, only $109 a month.
Even a Jeep Renegade, just $99 a month.
With deals like that, why would you go anywhere else? I-94, exit 257.
Drive a little to save a lot at St. Clair, where we care.